It's the Daily Talk Show, episode 668. Clap it in, guys. Clap it in.
What's happening, guys? What's going on? Happy Tuesday. Yeah, we're here. We made it. 4 p.m. Oh, actually, 4:30.
Dodge has joined us today. How's the delay for you?
It's
still bad.
It's no, that was it. It's about half a second, I reckon.
All right, great. I mean, that's normal for you, even in normal conversation. You take about half a second to respond.
That's quick for me.
Josh, you've just had an upgrade. This is Digital Chubby Peak.
Yes.
What is going on?
Full hard digital chub.
Mate, I thought we were dropping the smutty.
Yeah. You actually decided to drop
doubled
it.
down on it.
You said full, and then you thought, nah, I'm not going to say it. And then you're like, fuck it.
No. I'm feeling pumped because, I did just get the upgrade to 250 megabits per second. Can I get a dab?
Up and down.
I did a little, that's not a dab, George, that's a clap. And I did do a wipe down of my keyboard using some alcohol wipe type things after the technician. So we are all clear. We are hashtag Corona clear.
Did you stay clear of the room when he was in it, or did you kind of watch?
But that's just how I operate.
Yeah. Was there any sort of weirdness between? I mean, your apartment's quite small. Is it someone servicing it or servicing something within it? Are you kind of feeling the vibe that it's like, don't go too close?
No, it was actually more. I watched a documentary last night about the FBI and talking about how they bug places and the different techniques. One of the techniques being they'll actually add static to a phone line. So say the mafia calls up and goes, hey guys, I need some tech support because I've got static in my phone. The FBI actually intercepts that call and then they go and that's when they do the bugging. And so I'm just wary of any sort of people in the apartment.
Do you think FBI activity, all this criminal activity has slowed down a lot since coronavirus? Do you think it has? Think about drug dealing. The most. Why Dodge?
I know why. Moustache.
Yeah. Well, I was actually wondering how much you've been watching me with your cameras.
Yeah, not at all, actually. I sort of have a general rule. We have security cameras in the office. Not too many. I would, and 97's also pointed out, since watching Tiger King, Sevs would like to see more Big Brother style security where we can be seen everywhere. But no, Dodge, I'll just make sure it's you. The other day, I thought that it was someone else coming into the building, and it was just because I got you on a bad angle, and so I thought it was a
junkie. Feel free to watch me; it's fine.
Okay,
all right. I thought you would have. I thought you would have seen me doing something weird the other day.
What'd you do?
What were you doing?
I was carrying the plants around.
Oh, that's goofy.
I came in on the weekend to get a few things, and I walked into the dunny. And what have you done, Dodge?
Yeah, so
shit
I've got
everywhere.
The plants up. Yeah, all the plants upstairs are in the shower, so I can just easily give them some water.
It's
smart.
Sun
Yeah, I'll move them back up in a sec. Yeah. Because they need a bit of sun, don't they? In
a week. He's just giving it a week before he gets it. Butterbean says he's here for my Tanty.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if.
Do it.
Oh mate, I was at the fucking fruit and veg shop the other day, and I thought people were just a bit more considerate these days with how they are coming across within an environment where other people, are shopping or working. This absolute Gronk had a durry in his mouth, and the fruit shops where out the front there's like a plethora of fresh fruit in sort of like big sort of boxes.
Hard to say, plethora of fresh fruit.
Yeah, it's a tongue twister. Anyway, this guy wasn't saying anything because he was just walking around, sucking a ciggy and blowing the smoke, sort of like out over the fruit. And I told him, I said, mate, take your ciggy and go over there right now.
Ooh. And what did he say?
I got hard on him. Someone looked at me and was like, fucking, yeah, well done. And I had Bodie there too. And all I needed was that older ladies, agreeance, and I felt good about it. But that absolute Gronk, mate, fucking quit your durries and get out of here.
That's
that
great.
wasn't really. That was just a light tanty. That's about it.
I enjoyed it.
Anyway.
George, can you turn your headphones down a little bit? There's a slight echo that's annoying me. It's not too bad.
How's that?
That's good.
All right, can we just have a quick board meeting?
Yeah.
It's kind of just natively happened, but since going remote and starting Friday night drinks, Fat Fridays has kind of dissipated. What's happened? Are we coming to a collective on this one? Are we just riding the corona wave and drinking our way through it versus eating our way through it? What's happening? What's going on, guys?
A lot of calories in alcohol?
Yeah, a lot of calories in alcohol. So are you saying that it's just morphed? It's the coronavirus iteration.
Yeah, burgers for beers,
Yeah?
There's
Well,
room
you've
to
only
do
done
both with 2 shows.
That's true.
Yeah, jeez. Josh is on a health kick, which is good. I'm proud of you, mate.
Can I just say, I was feeling so uncomfortable. I caught myself on camera as I was doing my jumping. I just saw, I'm not impressed with my body. And so when I was seeing it, can I just say to everyone, it takes all my might to keep the camera on in those moments or just fucking walk away. I nearly walked up halfway just to fucking tuck my gut into my shorts. I'm like, you know what? I just need to own this. And one day, let's look back at this in 6 months' time and be like, wow, look how far Josh has come. But in the meantime, you're getting the before video, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But the health kicks. It's going well. Eating a lot of omelettes, a lot of eggs.
That's good. Lyndon said that we should just move Fat Fridays to another day. It doesn't have the same ring to it. Is there anything that you can think of? A name? Other than it being Taco Tuesday or finding a day that we just put a food to that day's letter. So Monday could be Meatball Monday.
You all have to organise it individually.
It's annoying.
It's a bit annoying. It is a bit annoying.
What's another option? What about there's got to be something about Saturdays. So much food Saturdays.
Well, you know what we could start doing is there's a day for everything. So there's the croissant day, Nutella day, donut day. We're doing so many shows. We could start just sort of implementing the days in the calendar into the show.
Oh, that's good. All the international days we need to dial in.
Is there what's anything today? International Day. What's the date today? 7th of April. It's International Day. World Health Day. Fuck.
Is it
timely?
Really?
Yeah, the World Health Organization aim to draw attention to important health issues facing the world each year.
Really?
Gee.
You sure they just haven't put that indefinitely?
Oh, Jesus. Oh, no, sorry. It said it's the whole of 2020 and they'd like to cancel it.
Is that really?
No. It's just a,
Is it really?
Just a joke that George found funny. Even in delay, George found it funny.
Yeah, that's good. I'm still rattled from Dave Ella not laughing at my joke.
Oh,
really?
I don't know. How do we handle when guests don't laugh at jokes or don't understand them?
The funny thing is, Josh, you beat me to it. I was about to say the exact joke.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just don't say shit sometimes just because I'm like, Josh has got this exact comment I'm going to make without even telling him. I just wouldn't have done the bit about the Patreon. The private.
Yeah. Whatever the opposite of rapport, whatever the opposite of rapport is, that's what that felt like. How it was received. It was.
It was basically Diavella was the audience and Josh bombed his joke where they were just confused. I got it, dude.
But I appreciate that Diavella doesn't. I said actually, can I just close it? Breezy, do you mind closing the door, please? There's a lot going on here.
Yeah.
That's all good. I normally don't have the door open, but because we started the show without Bree, just went to a friend to drop something off, so I had the door open. I got a little bit distracted there.
Okay.
Sorry.
So yeah, you were saying Matt Diavella.
Was I saying something? Oh yeah, no, I can't.
You were
remember.
saying something.
You were talking about Diavella's joke, rapport,
No, I can't remember.
what to do. Anyway, Leah says snack time Saturday, or the real Enkidu says Munchin Monday.
Munchin
Munchin
Monday
is good.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Sunday Fun Day was the one that you know, it was that phrase used. Sunday Fun Day, just breaking my diet. That was
You
used
could
a
see
lot.
what everyone's eating the day after the drinks
Oh yeah.
on Saturday, maybe.
Yeah, what's a hangover
What
Saturday?
about soggy Saturdays, and it's got to be some sort of food that's soggy.
Well, tiramisu would get through and would be all right. It's a soggy biscuit, but
yeah, that's
it
true.
tastes good. Jesus. There's a bit going on here, boys. I just went for a walk before while you were doing your dancing, Josh. Just need to sort of get out, get a bit of that fresh air into me. Few things that I think on the other side of coronavirus we should bin. Couple of things. And open to understanding from you guys what else should be chucked in the trash can. I mean, spitting. If it wasn't already bin,
out. Definitely
it's
out.
completely out. I saw two gronks spit when I was out.
Yeah.
One other one, which is relating to the spitting. Bushman's blows have never been so taboo.
Yuck.
What's that? Okay, no, I know.
Do you know what a Bushman's blow is?
Is it one of those?
Yeah, you hold one nostril.
Oh, that's revolting.
Yeah.
I mean, tradies are going to struggle here, and I don't mind a spit here and there, but sometimes, like especially when you're exercising, especially when you're exercising, no good. I saw an old geezer with a walking stick, pick up his walking stick and jab at the pedestrian thingo, the button.
Oh yeah, I'm curious to know what you do, because I had been doing a knuckle knock. And then I realised I was using my knuckle for everything. And so it sort of defeats the purpose. But then I also had a guy who, I did a knuckle knock and he did an elbow, and then he made me feel self-conscious, so I started using the elbow.
I mean, here's the problem. On the radio this morning, I heard somebody say that you can get coronavirus on your clothes. Not to create some sort of panic, but for people that work around people still, they were suggesting when you walk in the door, get nude, chuck your clothes into the washing machine and wash them, because it will kill the coronavirus. But so I do the bum, like I did bum today.
Oh, really?
Hip's an easy one.
Just
get it with your hip.
If you Muay Thai knee, just sort of like just push your knee out, just sort of like a lunge.
This is Sparta kick.
Yeah. That's a good
this
one.
is Sparta kick.
Have you never seen that?
Can you show us a
300?
kick? Because you're making fun of me and how I kick in my dance moves.
I loved it. I thought that was great.
Can you show us a kick, please?
Just do a "This is Sparta" kick in the back. You got enough room. Here we go. All right, Sebs is lining up for an absolute big Gerard Butler kick. Go
good.
sideways. Get that side. Oh yeah, that's nice. Jeez, he's done a bit of kickboxing before. He even got that hip lent into it.
Was that all right?
Yeah, that was good
fine,
form.
I guess.
Oh, Lyndon, smorgasbord Saturday.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, I just like smorgasbord.
A smorgasbord. What is the definition of a smorgasbord?
Smorgasbord. I just thought it was lots of
cheese.
Smorgasbord.
A range of open sandwiches and delicacies served.
Yeah.
Okay.
As a buffet.
I think I like buffets more. But I mean, buffets could be done. Like, let's just throw a few things each of what one thing each of what you'd bin on the other side of this pandemic.
Yeah, definitely. Like lots of people in lifts. I think. I don't know how I feel about the hugging, kissing, handshake stuff. I think we could get. No, I like hugs, handshakes. What confuses me about hugs is the grey area of kisses and handshakes. I think that what we do is we hug everyone, and we need a clear system of when we kiss someone on the cheek.
Yeah.
Dodge.
Yeah.
When do you kiss someone on the cheek? How do you know?
I'm also not very good at it because I do the thing where you think you have to kiss them on the cheek and then you sort of both just hold your cheek next to each other and no one does anything.
Really?
So
what do you think you could do if you were to
good
sort of improve that? Would the sound effect, just the little, would that help?
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm bad at making that sound as well. So I'm relying on the other person to make the sound for both of us.
Okay.
Yeah,
need
I've got a few
coverage,
people.
So
I've got people in my life that they present their cheek, and
Yeah,
don't.
that's
They're
more
not,
me.
no sound. It's just the presentation. Then I'm left to do all the work.
Mm-hmm. And so I think that
Yeah.
some clarity around that. I think business-wise, we could get rid of handshakes completely, but then have a sort of a general rule around who we're hugging. But I think we could
Me
open
and
up
Tommy, we-
hugging. What was that, George?
Oh no, we saw each other today for a coffee and we touched our feet together.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
but if anyone
shoes.
asks, we did exercise, and we just made a way
sorry.
past the coffee shop.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Not
So
not
what's
sure
what's the deal with all of this? Because because Bree and I walked to the city this morning, and I was saying to Bree, we were like stopping in Fed Square and just taking photos, and we're quite slow, and there was a point where she was just stopping and reading stuff, and I was like, no, we need to look like we're exercising, otherwise, because we were in front of police, I'm like, we're going to get in trouble. And she thought I was just
Exercising
being...
with the 1D.
Well, yeah, like walking, if you're continually walking, that's okay. But I feel like stopping in the middle of Fed Square is maybe too much.
Yeah, I mean, this is where you just get a risk it for the biscuit,
Yeah, a lot of bicky chat. But one thing that I'm discovering is the how I really need to work on that muscle of going out and taking someone's photo. Like, it is a little bit awkward. The last photo that I took of the man on the tram,
yeah.
if you look, now tell me if you think, actually I'm curious in the comments, let me know in the comments, this is a bit of an slight ethical issue. The last photo of the guy on the tram, if you look, his hand is on his collar. And the reason why his hand's on his collar is because the next photo I got was him covering his face.
Yeah. I mean, this is the dilemma between, and you and I
All
have
for
spoken.
content.
Well, what's legal, and then what's morally
Ethical, yeah,
right,
Mm-hmm.
and so
You're
I
allowed
think
to take photos of people.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
we
well, that's
understand
legal,
that,
and so
George.
that's where-
So
that's what I go. I rest on that when I'm being defensive about my mismoral choice.
well, I said to Bram, like, don't go out in public if you don't want to be photographed.
Yeah, then you can go so hard. It's like, mate, yeah, who do you think you are?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know,
Put a hat on. Put everything.
Yeah.
Cover your face.
yeah. What about
Balaclava.
CCTV? I think there's
Yeah,
a
exactly.
big. This is so you mentioned this a couple of weeks ago. I think the Gronks still swimming at beaches like Bondi, which they're not so much anymore because of the fines, but the long lens shots of in the paper. Like, these are just like normal people. They're probably like an accountant from the CBD who's just like ducked down for a swim. Now they're front and centre on news.com.au looking like a smug piece of shit and really trolled. And you can't do anything about it. You can't sue anyone. It's tough. It is tough.
I mean, I had a weird thought just around like privacy and stuff, because the whole idea of like Google and all these big companies like Facebook and stuff knowing everything about you is real weird, but then sharing everything on a podcast and what you're up to and everything, that
And it's
doesn't
all
feel
transcribed as well.
and it's all transcribed, yeah, and
Yeah.
you're sharing it to everyone, but that doesn't feel as bad as Google taking all your data.
well, we had someone write to us, Ruth, who bumped into Bree, who she listens to the podcast, said she felt funny because she knows so much about your personal life through the podcast. So it's
Yeah, makes sense.
it is. I mean, it's a trade-off, Josh. I think it is a muscle you can lean into. People would be constantly like, "Oh, here's the guy with the camera," to me, because I was filming everything, and you almost have to feel. You have to push past that feeling. of like, oh, this feels a bit gross.
Ramble says, look, I normally feel bad for taking their photo, but you're legally able to. I normally try and speak to them if I'm super noticeable so they know I'm not a creep. So that's what there's a photo of a guy cleaning a bin, and I couldn't get a good vantage point, so I just asked him, I said, hi, do you mind if I take your photo?
Yeah.
And Bree thinks that it was her smile when I asked, and he looked over to Bree and Bree smiled, and she thinks that sealed the deal.
Yeah.
So.
I told you got to smile more.
Give me something to smile about.
The Ramble also hasn't accounted for the 45-minute keynote he gave them asking for permission.
Can I just
Ramble
say,
Kevin, love you.
On the big social networks and data and all that sort of thing, it is so weird. Our accountant sent some links of different initiatives, and Facebook are just doing a bunch of small business grants. Don't you think that's like sort of weird?
I think it's nowadays. It's like if these billion-dollar businesses that are propping up some of, like you think about the economy in the US, assisted by businesses like Google, Amazon, Facebook, Snapchat. Like these are some of the biggest businesses in the world, and so they would have to be seen as moral monsters if they're not helping in a time like this. I mean, you saw it with the bushfires in Australia. Not that it was much, but people like what's his name?
Jeff Bezos.
Yeah, Jeff Bezos. I was going to call him Bald Eagle. He donates something, but if you're not doing something, it's like call-out culture's real.
But I feel like this is
fast.
next
I'd
level.
imagine-
This is grants, right? This is like, I think something like 50,000 grants or something they're giving.
But so they're doing
I'd
they're
imagine that
front-footing.
small businesses. Yeah, small businesses have given Facebook so much money, I'd imagine. So maybe it's them paying it back.
I mean,
It's great. I love it. I wonder where, because this is one thing within the US I find interesting, how much private enterprise is being spoken about within the context of government stuff. So if you listen to Donald Trump, he's talking about 3M and all of these businesses, like it's a big part of their whole plan.
With the 3M masks and stuff like that. They're what annoys me is so Telstra.
Another Tanty? Is this another? We're getting two.
Almost. Telstra, they're the biggest telco in Australia. They've been around for a very long time. They own a lot of the infrastructure. They can't deal with the volume of calls coming through, which you'd think it's like how. So, for instance, the situation I'm in, I've got this exorbitant bill which is going to be halved, but I had to call up and
why do you have a big bill?
Oh, because they gave me a 50% discount in the buyout of my phone that I
sure.
You know that.
Did you sell it to your bro?
Story.
Has he got it now?
Sold it to my brother. Gave me
Okay,
$350.
Okay.
Good deal for an iPhone 10X. Anyway, so
What one
I
have
need
you
to
got?
call up.
What have you got?
I got the iPhone 11, mate. It's great fun. Anyway, I need
Some
to call
of
up.
George's favourite gear. That's why I bring it up.
Yeah.
I don't know how much George loves it.
I need to call, and if I don't speak to somebody, they won't apply the discount, and it's just going to be on my account. Here's the thing: you can't get onto them anyway. Anyway, it's you call. No, sorry, too high call volume. Priority people first. Online, go online. They say go online. No, sorry, too high. And it's like, shouldn't it be? There's no regulation around. I mean, no one knew this was going to be like it is. But you'd think for bushfires and for, this natural disasters, they need some sort of plan in place in the future. Like you can't be a big business unless you have a ECG, emergency contingency plan for your business moving forward. Otherwise, it's too much strain on everybody, their business. All the customers that are under the pump. It seems, it's weird. These big businesses run the puppeteers of the society. Facebook,
right, Illuminati. What have you been on Reddit today?
Sean on the
Puppeteers.
Sean on the live stream says Google gives charities £10,000 a month in free ads in the UK.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, the interesting thing was what I was trying to work out with the Facebook thing is there's a big difference between just giving credits or vouchers for your service versus giving grants or cash.
So
that's why I found it interesting.
The Facebook one is a mix of cash grants and ad credits with a value of $100 million.
Yeah, wow.
But you wouldn't know what is split between cash and what is credit.
The Dear Valor content around the dating I loved. I feel like Dodge, you would have a lot of insights when it comes to dating questions, best practices. Have you got any questions that you think would be great on those early days of dating someone?
See, I'm like you. I've been out of the game for a long time.
Yeah. Doesn't mean shit. Look at how I created 23 questions yesterday with little thought.
All right.
Little thought.
Do you read books?
Doesn't mean
what books do you read?
Yeah, that's good.
Oh god, this
is Dear Valor style.
This is outrageous.
What's your favourite movie of last year?
That's good.
Of
I like
last
that
year.
one.
Okay,
What's your
great.
favourite TV show of last year?
Yeah. Seeing a pattern.
How about asking? These are all just like. What about personal stuff about family, you growing up? You know, like I mean, these are all things. This makes it seem so silly. I'm just not a fan of the fucking.
What are the
dating
questions that
101
you would ask?
questions.
Okay, well, what are the questions? You've been throwing a lot of shade, but I haven't heard many good questions from you,
mate. I've been on more dates than all of you boys.
Yeah, but maybe there's a sign there if you're going on a lot of dates. Like maybe you're not able to.
No, I just have
fun.
fun. I just
The hit rate.
I don't know. I think
it was.
You got a poor hit rate.
Yeah.
All right, Sev, shut the fuck up. Hit rate of 0 at this point.
No, well, I think Sev's.
I would say one day I'll have a higher hit rate than you will.
Yeah, Sev's literally.
Mate,
said
you
I
just
could
fucked
date
up.
this person.
If Grace is listening, you really just fucked up.
Why? What? How is he fucked up?
Because he just said he's going to have a high hit rate.
That means no.
Which
Yeah,
means
one from one.
I'll have a higher percentage. Yeah.
One
It'll
for
be
one.
like one, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
And so, what are your?
No, I
questions?
said-
No, so how do you? You give a lot of pushback on this, but I'm not hearing.
Oh, because I
much.
don't think Sev's is bad. I think
It's not
he's
about
good.
being bad, but we're just exploring as a team some little adjustments.
Yeah.
Family stuff's good. Ask about siblings,
Mm-hmm.
what the parents do for work, how much cash
Mhm.
they've got, that sort of thing.
yeah. Sniffing around for that
That's a
that
TJ.
inheritance. Mate.
TJ's definitely.
Have you got a holiday? Have you got a
How much
holiday
are you
house?
super? Is
Yeah.
definitely a question TJ's
yeah,
asking.
yeah.
No, come on,
Yeah.
TJ. Give us some questions. Dig deep.
No, I think I would be more curious about siblings and, growing up. Where'd you grow up? Like it depends on. This is all stuff you naturally
So what are the
cover.
questions? Just give us some three
the
hard,
thing is-
easy questions.
I think it's too simplified when you're thinking that you can just break them down into questions. I don't know. It's like
So how do you do it?
you just
Who
have
do
a
you vote for?
you just have a conversation. Oh, that's a bit much. Nah, I mean, yeah.
No, yeah, as a creative exercise, a bit of improv. Just see if you can do it.
With Sevs, we're going on a date.
Yeah. So just ask him some questions.
Yeah. Sevs, where did you grow up?
Am I answering? Am
Yeah,
I
you-
answering?
Fuck, is-
no,
if
he
this
doesn't
is-
need to-
if
he
this
doesn't
is-
need to answer them. He does. Sebs doesn't. We just need to.
I
We just need
just
them
thought we were
quickly.
reeling them off.
Yeah. So keep going.
Oh no. Yeah, but the thing is,
Because
it's
you're
a
buying
flo-
time
Somebody needs something
every
to work
time.
with.
Yeah,
No, I
that's the
think
thing.
that- I
That
think-
is
I
exactly
think-
right, Dodge. It's all about you can't
The
be a
follow-up.
robot. Girls don't want to, or boys don't want to, date a robot.
It's
They
not
can
about
fucking-
being a. I just don't think you're curious enough. You don't have any questions.
No, but
you can't think of anything.
you get curious. Or you can ask how you're going, and then 2 hours later have had an amazing conversation. It's not about some sort of profound question where they say that's a great question, and then
I mean, how you going is your classic. You did it
how you going
on
yeah.
Hamish.
Yeah, that works.
That was the. But surely you've got some others. Well, like, what are you interested? Like, what are some of
But
the
not
areas or
so.
topics?
The point is it's in regards to dating.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I just am not a fan of this approach.
Yeah.
I'm a fan of this approach if you absolutely have nothing, if you're absolutely useless. But I believe in Sebs. You know, he's had more dates than us in the last 3 years.
I don't think it's about being useless, but I think that you can have, like it's a game essentially. Like you can play like a fun game to get to know you.
Yeah.
What would you be like on a fast, what's it called, speed dating? How do you think you would go with that, TJ?
I've done speed dating. I should find the audio for that. Oh my God.
Do you have audio from speed dating?
Yeah, because it was for a radio. It was for a radio show. But should I
Leah's-
find the audio and bring it in? That could be funny. See what I actually asked.
Improv.
Yeah. Yeah.
Leah said, tell me how you got your name. People always have a great story about
Oh yeah,
their
that's
name.
a good one.
Yeah. What, Mr. 97 or asking the girl, how did you get your name Chloe?
Actually, no, there was
My dad.
Actually, there's a great question around like nicknames. What are your nicknames?
Mm.
Yeah.
What would your speed dating question be, Josh? First girl comes across.
Why did you decide to do this?
Yeah.
Because I want to meet someone.
Yeah, that's good. Like, have you done it before? I mean, that's a very obvious one.
That's just the
and so I hate that. But I hate cliche. I do. I think the funny thing is, TJ, what you're describing is, this is just so formulaic and it's got no conversation. Like, this is the foundation of a good conversation. Set it up, but it's not about being cliche. How you going it's very simple, and I understand that there is stuff in there, but having the stimulus to ask a question to then get a response, it could. So asking, so do you sleep when you go on planes? Answer that for me, please.
Sometimes. Depends.
Maybe what do you find, like when do you sleep well on a plane?
After 2 Xanax.
Oh, really? Do you do Xanax?
How many times? On what flights?
Yeah, like would you do Xanax flying Melbourne to Sydney? Would you take 2 of them?
Would you do it?
Yeah.
Geez, am I on a double date with Sebs and Josh?
Yeah.
He's gotten so good at it. Yeah, no, so the Xanax thing, that's funny. When was the last time you did it?
No, what did I had? I had a sleeping pill I bumped into a friend at LAX on the way back from the States, and randomly, the guy that built our wall at the office, and he had a spare half a sleeping pill. I was like, fuck yeah. And then I woke up in Melbourne, nude.
Where did he get his sleeping pill from?
I don't know, the doctor?
Why did he have half? Why did he have half?
Because he had a hole and he gave me half.
Oh, really? That was nice.
He was a really lovely guy.
Do you watch many movies on the plane?
Depends. Fuck, I'm bored.
No, but do you know the boring bit is your answers? The question's actually really good. No, seriously. If you leant into it, if you actually brought the energy of like, oh, you know what? Like, this person's being curious.
You know what we should do? Get over the weekend, Amy and Bree to step in and ask each other to reminisce back to when we dated them. I mean, for Bree, it was quite some time ago, but I think she'd still remember because you're a sweetie. And yeah. I
love
think
some dedications. I called Mix and did and gave Bree a song dedication.
And you got through.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, great. That's
what was the song?
I should know, but I can't remember. I just remember texting her and saying, "Hey, turn on the radio right now."
Yeah.
But don't you think
it's lovely?
Like, I mean, because I'm interested in the plane stuff. I could even go further on that. Do you get anxious when you're on a plane, TJ?
Nah, not at all.
Yeah. Have you have you ever been on a flight where someone has been anxious that you've been next to?
Yeah, once.
What happened?
I comforted them.
Did you really? Did you know them?
Yeah, they were sitting. Yeah, we were traveling together.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, I gotta go, guys. I gotta go pick up my son. No joke.
I'm glad you're not in the game anymore. All right. It's a Daily Talk Show, everyone. hi@thedailytalkshow.com is the email address. If you've got a question that we should add, I'm going to put another 10 questions up tonight.
Let's get it to 100. Can we
Yep.
Gronk submissions to help us get it to 100?
So
That would be
can we
nice.
make it clear? Is it for dating or is it just general chit chat?
It's a get to know you. You could use it for anything, Dodge, but I
But
think
it's
that-
all. This is all
Look,
in
the-
relation to dating. That's why.
The previous partner thing's a bit full on for just.
Mm.
no, these are dating.
someone.
These are dating.
But yeah, they're definitely dating, but I think that I could ask Dodge
adapt
any
it,
of those
yeah.
questions and I'd find it interesting. And so I think
Oh,
that
100%.
Red wine, by the way.
Dodge, I would
You
like
are
to.
red.
Maybe
I'll
we
have
could do a bit of a
I'll
Insta
have
story
white as well.
series where you go through them. Dodge, tomorrow, are you doing your very first segment for the show? Is that tomorrow?
Yes, I'm going to present a segment to you guys.
Okay, great.
Oh,
Tomorrow.
that's exciting.
I'm
yeah.
excited for
Can't
that.
wait.
All right, TJ's got to go.
Yeah, going to
So,
pick up Amy, and I've got to pick up the result of my great dating questions.
Uh,
You like that? Yeah, you like that.
I guess.
We'll see you tomorrow, guys.
See you. Have a good one.